Om Sri Lakshmi Narsimhaya Namaha. Valmiki Ramayana, Balakanda, Chapter 68. King Dasharatha informed of Rama's impending marriage. Summary. Janaka's delegation arrives at Ayodhya and submits its message to Dasharatha. Listening to the news that his son Rama not only lifted the bow of Shiva, but broke it as well, Dasharatha is overjoyed and refers the matter of marriage of Seetha with Rama to his ministers and teachers. All of the ministers and sages unanimously agreed to that proposal, and they are set to travel to Mithila the next day. Chapter 68 in detail. Those envoys who are clearly ordered by Janaka entered the city of Ayodhya on staying temporarily for 3 nights en route, and whose horses are overtired, for they are galloping so fast to lose no time. On going to the palace, those envoys are given an audience with the consent of Dasharatha, and when they are conducted into the palace chambers, they have seen the elderly king Dasharatha gleaming like a god. Completely gone is the feeling of anxiety of all the official emissaries on seeing godly Dasharatha, and all of them, adjoining palms in reverence, said this compliant and mellow-worded sentence to the king. O glorious Emperor Dasharatha, Janaka, the descendant king of Janakas and the present sovereign of Mithila, is asking time and time again with mellow words instilled with friendliness after the well-being and after the unmitigated prosperity of your highness, along with that of your highness priests and teachers, also that of your highness subjects, who always precede your highness in convoys in any event, as your highness are the one who favors himself with ritual fires ever and at once. His Highness Janaka of Videha and the sovereign of Mithila have asked after your Highness' well-being, is sensibly saying this word to your Highness with the approval of Kaushika. Well known is the solemn promise of mine that my daughter Seetha is a bounty for bravery. Also well known is that the kings who came to lift the bow turned out as cowardly kings, and then they turned out as a bitter kings at me, and it is also well known that I turned them back with my guts. O Emperor Dasharatha, your young and valorous son, who valuably arrived at Mithila along with his younger brother Lakshmana, keeping Vishwamitra at his front, finally carries off this girl, the well-known daughter of mine. Also, O highly dexterous King Dasharatha, noble-souled Rama wrecked the divine bow, which is a gem of a bow among bows, at its central point before a grand assembly of people. Seetha is the bounty for bravery, and I shall have to afford her to the noble-souled Rama. As such, it will be suitable of you to give your consent as I wish to keep up my solemn promise. Keeping your royal priest Vasishtha and other teachers ahead of you, O great Emperor, I wish you to come apace. Let safe betide you, for it will be apt of you to take a look at your dignified son Rama and Lakshmana too. It will be apt of you to make my solemn promise maintainable, and that way you will derive delight on seeing both of your sons. Thus, the supreme excellent king of Videha kingdom said these valuable words, abiding by the counsel of sage Shantananda, and sage Vishwamitra is also consistent to the proposal. Thus, the representatives conveyed the proposal and paused. King Dasharatha is highly gladdened on hearing that message from the delegates, and said this way to Vasishtha, Vamadeva, and to his other ministers as well. This one Rama, the enhancer of Kaushalya's rejoice, is stopping over at Videha kingdom along with his brother Lakshmana, and Vishwamitra is taking care of both these boys. On observing the valor of Kakoshtarama, noble souled Janaka wishes to gift his daughter as bride to Rama. If you all favor the tidings from the noble souled Janaka as to what has happened in Mithila, we quickly proceed to that city, let not the time lapse. Thus Dasharatha informed his council. The ministers, along with all of the great sages, said in agreement, most welcome. And then that highly pleased King Dasharatha said to the ministers, we travel tomorrow. The ministers of King Janaka, who are gifted with all talents, are given grateful hospitality by Dasharatha, and they all dwelt that night in Ayodhya, overjoyed at the successful completion of their majestic legatine called Seetha Kalyana. Thus, this is the 68th chapter in Balakanda of Valmiki Ramayana, the first epic poem of India. Sri Moola Rama Vijayate. Om Sri Krishnarpanamastu.